Hey, what's going on? Okay, let me just pop out chat. Haven't gotten a stream notification in a while. Yeah, I just haven't felt like it, to be honest. What's up? What up? I'm just gonna mod you so I can see your name better. What's up, Isaac? I'm gonna make you a mod, Isaac. Treat your powers well. Standard moderator. Okay. What's up, Queen Bee? What's up, Dinosaur? What's up, Switch Loop? Fusion Striker? Sonic the Hedgehog, how are you? I'm fine. You know, it's definitely super sad. You know, I'm on a weird sleep schedule because my girlfriend's job, she works overnight. She's at work right now, so I stay up all night working just so we're on like the same schedule. And I woke up at like 2:30 p.m. today, and everyone was already talking about it. What's up, Brian? Or Rain? What's up? What's up, Retro Lover? WJ. Hey, Andrew Codillo. Thank you for loving my videos. I appreciate that. What's up, Pleco Pleco? It's been raining all day today. Fitting. Yeah. It's actually been nice and sunny all day here in Kentucky, but bro, Peter was the one celebrity I ever wanted to meet. I'm definitely I'm like the type of person that I never want to meet my heroes, sort of thing. I'm sure he would have been amazing. Uh, not to say that I think Peter Cullen would be an issue at all. I have a fear of meeting my heroes and then just like having a bad interaction or something. So I definitely I didn't want to meet him, but I admired from afar for sure. Just got Dino Shockwave at Target. Let's go. What's up, Don Cat 3? Can't believe he's gone. Yeah. 3 amazing celebs gone in 1 week. Yeah. Yeah, we did meet Alan Oppenheimer, the voice of Skeletor. He's still kicking. He is still kicking. He also played Sea Spray and Warpath in G1 Transformers. You heard about 12 hours ago? Yeah. I think that's kind of about when the news broke. Definitely quite the year. It really reminds me of like 2016 when is that is that the year that the guy that plays Snape passed away? I can't remember his name right now. Alan something. You got to meet him at TFCon 2022. Mic muted. Is the mic muted? No, never mind. Last summer when all the people died in the same week. Yeah, Alan Rickman. Thank you for uh being a member, Mega Ghost. I'm pretty sure you're already in the Discord if I'm thinking of the same person. No alerts happen. Oh, that's because. Yep, thank you. Shout out. Yeah, Alan Rickman. The year Alan Rickman died, I felt like several people died. Yeah, Sam Neill passed away. The Kaylee Hoddle from Godzilla Kong, she was the I want to say she was deaf in the movie, and she like talked to Kong. She passed away from a car accident, and she was like only 18 years old. Like when I saw the headline, I was like, I don't even know who that is. because I didn't know her actor name because she was like a kid. Like I don't really pay attention to child actor names, to be honest. Uh, Anyone know how he passed? Just natural causes? I don't know, and I mean I'd assume he was an old guy, right? What's up, Treebot? How you doing, man? Cause of death has not come out. If he had some sort of illness that we knew about, then it's probably that. I mean, just sucks. Hey Jake, probably not gonna stay long. Watching through the G1 series to mourn him. Yeah, yeah, very understandable. I've been watching G1 season 2 a little bit. We were watching it on the Discord, kind of fell off of that just because I'm terrible at scheduling things. Um, but I was kind of watching a few episodes on my own, and gotta say, G1 Transformers definitely underrated. I think by a lot of the younger fan base, people my age. First time watching it, and it's season 2 specifically. Like season 1, I thought was kind of bad. Just gonna be honest. Maybe that's a hot take, but I kind of thought it was bad. But season 2 is real where they really like pick up and they start doing like the individual character stories and really excelling at that. And yeah, I mean, Peter Cullen's a goat the whole way through. Yeah, yeah, the girl from Godzilla was very young, very talented, as well as Tim Curry. Yep, Tim Curry passed away just the other day. I'm really sad about Peter. He heard he was an amazing dude, very humble, really nice to fans. Yeah, he seemed like an excellent person through and through. I don't think people bring this up enough, but Peter Cullen also voiced Ironhide in G1. Yeah, yeah, that is Peter Cullen as Ironhide, doing an southern accent. What's up, Inner John? We don't talk about G1 enough. That is a funny statement. That is a funny statement, Treebot. I think we talk about G1 plenty, but I think we mostly talk about the movie. Dolly Parton, yes, Dolly Parton also passed away. I wonder how Gary Chalk and Frank Welker feel about this. I mean, I'm sure Frank is devastated. I'm sure anyone that knew him personally on some level is pretty heartbroken. Eeyore, yes, of course he's Eeyore. When I found out he played Eeyore, I was like, that's amazing. G1 Ironhide is great. Go and watch the '07 movie. Yeah, that's a great thing about um uh Peter Cullen's Optimus. Obviously he's the OG, the GOAT. But, there's like an era of Peter Cullen Transformers for everyone. For the younger people, it's probably the '07 movie that was like his most iconic role, or you could watch G1. Oh, me and you specifically, yeah. And then even like Rise of the Beasts, I feel like is new gen enough that there are probably some like teenagers that fondly remember when it came out. His voice in the '07 movie gives me chills. Yeah. What's up, Gummy Sharkos? Good name. Greg Berger also played Eeyore. Yeah, Peter Cullen was in a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like he's not just Optimus Prime. He's like a ton of different iconic roles, but I just know him the best as Optimus. What's up, Goober? Peter and Oliver Tree really, that one shocked me. Like whenever it's a young person, it like kind of throws me for a loop just because like selfishly, when someone dies, you think about your own mortality a lot of the time. And, Oliver Tree is only a few years older than me. I think he he passed away when he was like 32 or something like that, 33, maybe older. And I'm turning 30 this year. I turned 30 next or in October. So uh yeah, it just like really makes you think about your own mortality and like really realize like no matter who you are, shit can just happen, bro. Whereas Peter Cullen, it's like uh tragic, super super sad, but you know, he had a long full life for all intents. I still think he passed away too early. You know, 85 seems like a lot, but when when you're almost 30, you realize like that's not really all that much in the grand scheme. You know, we don't really get to be around all that long compared to like the whole history of the universe. A lot of people didn't know Peter was Prime due to David K being Prime for so long. Yeah, yeah, he wasn't really Prime during the 2000s, but he was on Toonami. Have I seen the new Beast Box releases? I haven't. Optimus is one of the few characters that remains the same in almost every take. Yeah, definitely. Oliver Tree passing away really struck me due to his age. Yeah. Mac Miller and Oliver Tree, yep. I never listened to Oliver Tree. Quite honestly, I thought he was a bit cringe. Uh Before he passed away. Like that was the opinion I formulated when I was like a teenager, and then I never like went back and, you know, reevaluated how I felt. Um but I listened to some of his music after he passed, and I really enjoyed a lot of the tracks. You know, I was definitely missing out, you know, due to some dumb, just stupid childhood thoughts. But his new record especially had some great songs I really like. Fuck the Whole World. I think that's a great song. Makes me appreciate life, and while I'm sad Peter is gone, we can still appreciate the things he voiced in. Yeah, yeah. October 7th is my brother's birthday. What day are you? Bro, October 2nd will be a year since my mom passed. Sorry to hear that, Inner John. My birthday is on October 22nd. Did you know that Peter Cullen did the voice of the Terminator trailer? And I think I did know that. Did you know that Peter Cullen voiced the Predator in the original Predator movie? I was completely out of the loop, but I only heard about Oliver Tree after he passed. Yeah. Yeah, I could totally see someone missing Oliver Tree. Um, you know, he was kind of like a niche artist in some ways, even though he had some gigantic songs. Cringe was his appearance bit. I mean, but you look into it and you kind of get like the whole point of it. Like he dressed like that, you know, almost counterculturally. Also, really good marketing. What's up, Catfish? I bet you Larry Cullen. Yeah. Can I be a cynic for a moment? They just released a limited edition Dead Prime robot. I mean, you can be cynical, but they didn't know he was gonna pass away. Let's be for real. Like, I think this is a common thing that will happen. That something in the real world will happen, and a piece of media that really, quite honestly, has nothing to do with it will suddenly be scrutinized for its messaging or, uh, uh, just like, you know, outward story. But Optimus Prime died in the 86 movie 40 years ago. They didn't release that toy because uh they knew he was gonna die. Like, you know, I think we need to be a little bit rational about it. Like, not to defend Hasbro, I don't like Hasbro. I think the apology tour thing was kind of dumb in the first place. Like we get it, man. The 86 movie came out and 50-year-olds are really still latched onto it, but like, yeah. I don't, they actually, from what I've heard, let me check my phone. I don't even know where my phone is. I heard that they took down a bunch of the Apology Tour stuff on. Okay, got a crazy email. There was an apology tour. It's been like the theming for the 40th anniversary is like, sorry we killed Optimus Prime. They took some of it down. Not really. It's still at the top of the thing. It's got the dead Optimus Prime. Do you think they'll pump the brakes? Probably not. I mean, I don't know. It's quite unfortunate this happened, but he lived quite long. Yeah. The only time I buy Hasbro is if it's on sale, based. It's a coincidence, of course, but the timing couldn't be more screwed up. Yeah, I know. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. I totally understand that, but I feel like some people are subscribing a lot more meaning to it when really it is an extremely unfortunate coincidence. I mean, Peter Cullen is not literally Optimus Prime, and I feel like people are being weird about that because, like, having a Blu-ray case of dead Optimus Prime on the front is not a slight to Peter Cullen in any way or a reference to his passing. Like, I know it's hard to separate the two, but Peter Cullen was a human person that voiced a character in a cartoon. It's not the same. When I was graduating high school, they made us want to do a quote from someone, and mine was, "Hold on to your dreams, the future is built on them." A quote from Optimus Prime. Very, very Common Rider quote right there from Optimus. I can see that they'll probably lose a bit of the corpse imagery in the marketing. Yeah, they probably will. I really hope Hasbro doesn't replace him with AI. I think if they do anything AI with Peter Cullen's voice, it will be the most disrespectful thing they could possibly do. And it's a weird thing because a lot of these voice artists are kind of like giving permission, and it's like or like their families are giving permission a lot of the times. Like the Grand Moff Tarkin guy, uh his family gave permission for them to like remake him in CGI for Rogue One. And it's like that is a weird middle ground. Personally, I do not ever want to hear AI Peter Cullen in my entire life. I think the best thing about art is the human touch it has. There's a writer that wrote something, and whatever they wrote, it might have come from their own experiences, but at the very least, it came from their own voice crack, their own human mind. And then Peter Cullen, gave his voice to that script, to that writing, and then the animators, took that or it probably was the other way around. They had the animation and then they did the voice. But like, when you take away all the human touch from something like voice acting, it's not voice acting anymore. It just might as well be a line of code. It doesn't mean anything. There's no when you take the soul out of, art, it's not art anymore. It's just something. It's just a noun. Thor did a pretty good job in Transformers 1. I was fine with his Orion Pax voice. I found his Optimus Prime voice to be it was fine. He didn't have a lot of time to be Optimus Prime though, admittedly. So I feel like it wasn't as realized as his Orion Pax voice, which he wasn't really doing. He was doing like American guy voice for Orion Pax, but that kind of worked. AI Peter Cullen. Really, that I'm going to turn into a truck now meme was AI? That's crazy. I thought that was like a fan actor or something. That's stupid. Darth Vader's actor gave his voice up for AI. Yeah, like some actors just give it up. They don't really care. Like I'm sure in their mind they're like, well, my fans would like to hear me for the rest of time. Like I'm sure there's like a benign reason behind it. But I just fully think like just let someone else, be Optimus. There's lots of great impersonators. Or even then, like maybe just stop trying to impersonate his prime because a lot of them can't quite pull it off. I don't think the 86 movie is that good, but I want to see it now just to pay respect to him. Yeah, I honestly think this is gonna like really get people actually going to see that movie again in theaters cuz I'm pretty sure I saw Transformers the movie pretty recently in theaters like 2 years ago or something. Like they show it like kind of often. Like I went and saw it and I was like, wow, this movie is kind of boring. Like I remember thinking that. Like it's a hot topic, but I personally think like the first 30 minutes are peak and then the rest is like fine. The animation is beautiful, but the story is like not all that. um but yeah, of course they had to turn it into like a giant marketing thing for this year 40th anniversary. But I honestly might do the same and see it again in theaters, just because of this happening. AI and Colin would not only be disrespectful towards him, but also towards any potential new actor of the character. He said the foundation for Prime has to be new actors can build on that. Yeah, I mean, it it just depends. I mean, I love Gary Chalk and David Kay. Like, I would be happy if those guys came back as Prime. Pokemon video someday. Maybe. The Pokemon toy lines are not all that interesting to me, unfortunately. I watched Dark of the Moon today to pay respect. I watched it for the first time this year and I loved it from beginning till end. Hey, glad to hear it. I won't yuck on anyone's yum. In a vacuum, the movie sucks. Without context, it's not a great movie unless you've seen G1. Um, yeah, I mean, to a regular person who does not care about Transformers, I think they would think it's awful. The music and animation in 86 movie are probably the only really good things about it. Yeah, the story is a documented mess. Like, they went through so many different, like, script rewrites and stuff. I'm pretty sure, I think it's Chris McFeely that has a great video on the whole, like, making of the movie or whatever. Like, how Unicron was called the Entity for so long, and, like, they didn't know what to do with him. Hi, I heard Peter Cullen died, and I immediately went to you. It hurts. Optimus got me into Toku and other things. Yeah. How do you get? How do you get? Hold on. How do you get you into Toku? I'm going to be seeing the movie with some friends in September. Yeah. It's just a big, awesome music video. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. If you've never seen it, if you want a movie that's a big, awesome music video, Heavy Metal is a classic animated movie that doesn't get a lot of love. Hello, Kane the Ringmaster. Do I care for Godzilla? I like him. I like Godzilla. I'm not like the most knowledgeable Godzilla fan. But I like Godzilla minus one. I like the original movie a lot. I haven't watched a lot of Godzilla. Big robots that Hinchin is cool. Okay, that's true. H Bomber Guy was one of the best videos about 86 movie. I've not seen that, but I've seen the thumbnail and view count, so I know it must have hit some sort of note with people. Peter Cullen being in Godzilla is a lot of people's into Toku. He was in Godzilla? What? What you talking about, Willis? Hmm. He did vocalizations for King Kong in the 1976 remake. So I don't know what the Godzilla connection is, but if you want to get into kaiju or toku, definitely start with early Godzilla film. I've seen early Godzilla. I'm into toku. Like if that shelf that shelf right there is all Kamen Rider right there. I've got quite a few toku. Opinions on Pepsi Man. I don't know what opinion I could have on him. I don't know. Fine. Freaky. Weird. Have you ever watched the old commercials for Pepsi Man? They're like a little weird. I'm so happy because Blockies is doing B movie figures. Yeah, this is a bunch of stuff I got from Blockies today in the mail. Yeah, they're doing the Bumblebee movie. That's pretty cool. I hope they do Shatter and Dropkick as well. I mean, I'd take the whole Cybertronian cast, to be honest. But at the very least, Shatter and Dropkick would be nice. And of course, I mean, if they did Bumblebee, they might as well do Cliff Jumper. Though I guess Cliff Jumper is technically like the Cybertronian version of Bumblebee repaint. Him being King Kong, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if you watch King Kong and really recognize that it's Peter Cullen playing him, but I get you. Minus one is what brought me back into Godzilla. Yeah, I watched all the American Godzillas. And I wasn't super keen on them. I mean, I have the take that people have gotten mad at me about on YouTube is that I don't really like Godzilla King of the Monsters because I just think it's too long. There's not like a solid human story there. The human story is like trash, to be quite honest with you. Um, and I just thought the monster fighting, like, it was too much. Like, it got to the point where it was just kind of boring to me anyway. And you know, I think what doesn't make older Godzilla movies boring is that, like, instead of just being CGI monsters fighting, it's like guys in suits, which I think is fun. So I Godzilla King of the Monsters. I think I think that's the name of it's the American one with Ghidorah, King Ghidorah. Um, I just didn't really get into it, but Godzilla minus one blew me away. I was super into that. Blocky's canceled Classic Class. I think they just changed the name to Champion Class across like everything. I think someone maybe told them, "Hey guys, Classic Class kind of sounds weird in American in English." I mean, I've only seen Shin Kamen Rider. You should watch Shin Ultraman. I thought you meant Seinfeld B movie. That would be epic. I have multiple primes. The one I recently got was the Battle Damage Optimus Prime. And I don't want to make a review now because of what happened. Hey, make your review. Talk about Peter in your review. Make it about him. You know, did I play Transformers Crossfire? I did. I have a video playing it when it was called Transformers Crossfire. Um, it was boring. I don't know. Like, I just think like all those Roblox games are just deathly boring. This actually ruined my day. It's sad. It's definitely sad, man. I liked legendary Godzilla movies. 2014 and King of the Monsters are pretty nostalgic. Holy shit, that's crazy. They aren't perfect by any means, but they're rewatchable. Especially GX. Yeah, I think Godzilla versus Kong is probably my favorite one. But I liked Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. I thought that was a fun movie. First time I encountered Cullen's voice was Bayverse. Uh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it was for a lot of people because before that it was David K. Gary Chalk for a long time. I hope Robosyn cancels the Dead Prime they announced. I'm gonna be honest, they're probably not gonna do that. Just I think it'd be kind of crazy to eat that cost because assumedly they've already made the products. So I sincerely doubt they're just gonna cancel it. I was saying earlier, like it definitely feels in bad taste in some ways, but Peter Cullen is not literally Optimus Prime. You're not getting a dead Peter Cullen figure. You're getting a dead Optimus Prime figure. You know, I don't even like them, and I don't even think you should buy that toy. But I also, I get it. I get it. It's hard to separate those two, but it's not the same thing. Just like them selling a Blu-ray cover with the dead Optimus on the front isn't the same thing. They're not disrespecting Peter Cullen by referencing a movie from 40 years ago. What's up, Delta Tryon? Oh, I'm sure he was proud. Legacy, Magmatron, or Transmetal 2 Megatron? Uh, Both are fantastic figures. I mean, I have to give it to Magmatron just because it's an insanely good toy. Transmetal 2 Megatron is also very, very good. You know. Thanks, Nolan. What are your thoughts on Jabba's court denizens? I don't know, man. Is that Uncle Ian? Is that Uncle Ian from the Chipmunks? The new Empire is like a live action Primal Rage. That's an interesting take. I kind of agree. I wonder how Megatron's voice actor is doing. I'm sure he's sad, man. I'm sure anyone Peter Cullen knew is definitely hurt. All the Apology Tour stuff was corny, IMO, but now it looks even lamer. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. Like, optics wise, I think you're completely right. I think a lot of people will think it sucks. Or already thought it sucked. But again, the whole Apology Tour marketing is like exclusively for like 45-year-old men. Or like 50-year-old men at this point. 1,200 for Dead Optimus toy. Worse, it's 1,400. It's my favorite desk toy. Ooh. Well, my desk toys kind of rotate out depending on what I'm doing. So, like, right now I have this Omega horn from the new. This is from the show that replaced Super Sentai, which is the original show Power Rangers got its footage from. So this is basically Power Rangers but Pokemon. And it's really freaking cool. I really like the series. The toy's fine. The toy's like okay. Maybe not the best thing ever, but I like it. And I also have right now, I have the blue Optimus Prime from those new figures that came out. It's a Siege Optimus Prime, but it's all blue. I've been wanting this mold again, and quite frankly, clear plastic does not scare me. But welcome to Jet Records. What's your favorite Optimus Prime speech? Dude, probably when he first shows up in 2007. Like that moment, the like meet the Autobots moment. I mean, it like rearranged my neurons in my brain. I don't really like the Apology Tour. Beast Wars essentially got nothing, which is crazy considering it saved Transformers. Yeah, I think the biggest issue with the whole movie thing is that like it's taken so much from Beast Wars. And I feel like Beast Wars 30th anniversary is like more impactful than like uh like the 40th anniversary of the movie. Like I feel like why celebrate 40 so hard when 50 is like 10 years away or whatever, but it's like Hasbro does not care about like long-term things. Everything Hasbro does is completely short-term, short-sighted. They don't care about investing in the future at all anymore. They would they much prefer to just you know get as much money in as possible right now at the very moment. Which of course all companies are like that, right? But the way they've been doing it, to me, it feels like we're just at some point. Um, well, let me figure out how to say this. So, like 20 years ago, we had Transformers Armada, and that was the main Transformers thing. And it's what got me into Transformers. It's what got so many people into Transformers, right? And the toy line, they invested a lot into it. Takara and Hasbro worked together. They got costs down, and they were giving so much value for what they were selling because they were investing in the future. They said, "We have this property that is all ours that we know could do well." And they put together the Unicron trilogy, and it did gangbusters. People like to say that the movie saved Transformers. That's completely untrue. Transformers was not saved by anybody uh, when the 2000 movie came out. The 2000 movie elevated Transformers to a mainstream level it had never seen before, and it's that allowed us to have something like Transformers Prime, which was like $1 million an episode to make. They could have never done that. Like, look at Transformers Cybertron. Hell, look at Transformers Animated. And before that came out around the time of the movie versus Transformers Prime, which came out after the movie, after Hasbro had like all that movie money. I Where's my drink? Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm getting off on a tangent. Like, and even the movie invested a lot in the franchise. You know, that made so many fans. So many fans are fans because of the 2007 movie. And my thing is, right now they don't invest in the future anymore. Like, the kids movie comes out, Transformers 1, it does poorly in theaters. They invest nothing. They say, "Oh, it did bad. Cut ties, run. We're not going to invest anything. We're not even going to do like a little cartoon to go along with it like they did for TMNT Mutant Mayhem. Like, we're not even going to give it that. We're just going to drop the toys in Studio Series, do a half-ass job, quite honestly, and just keep pumping out the 86 figures." Like, they even keep pumping out the Armada figures. Like, that's nostalgia for me, and it's also not building on anything, really. Like, I'm sure some people, statistically, some people are gonna buy a Transformers Armada figure, be like, wow, this is cool, I'm gonna watch a show. Watch the show on YouTube, and then they're gonna be a fan. Statistically, that has to happen. You know, we're kind of just making up a guy right now, but realistically, these like nostalgia bait figures aren't bringing in any new fans. And we look at stuff like Cyberworld, and it's like, it's fine, it's cute, I like it. You know, I think it's a cute little series, but the toys are, you know, simple to the point of almost being boring. Um, they're still too expensive for what they are. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I hate to be a doomer about this stuff, but I just feel like Hasbro is like they're trying to make as much money as they possibly can, and they do not care about the future of their brands at all. Plus, like, all the video games, like, why would a kid buy two Transformers Cyberworld toys when they can get an epic Fortnite skin and play 100 hours with that Fortnite skin? Like, you know, I that's a whole different topic, I guess, but like, I feel like Fortnite skins are the action figures of the modern day. Okay, I haven't been paying attention to chat for a bit. Armada, baby, hell yeah. Hey, Schizo. Transparent plastic is a problem for future Jake. Absolutely. It's my favorite version of Optimus. It probably is animated. I mean, I love animated. I love that version of Prime, a young Prime. You watch Ron and Imgo's videos about his death, and they both made you sad. Yeah, I mean, it's a sad topic. Sorry to hear about your uncle. Opinion on Dottom Soundwave, the studio. I like the Bayverse designs. I do not like. I don't like transforming or playing with any Studio Series Bayvers. Like, the more I buy them, the more I realize, like, oh, I just don't like doing. Like, I bought the new version of the movie Bumblebee that came out, the Studio Series one, and I'm like, I just hate transforming this thing. This is not fun for me. You're gonna see the movie with your friends. Nice. Was Optimus Primal verse voiced by Peter Cullen? No. Yeah, that was Gary Chalk. I remember drawing Night Watch Optimus Prime on the wall behind a leather chair in my parents' house. Yeah, they're more likely to buy like a Transformers Fortnite skin. As someone with two young kids, I can say they have no interest in the toy aisle. Yeah. Metal Cardbot has the potential to bring in new fans. I mean, I think in America specifically, man, I don't know. I don't know. Because, like, you look at South Korea, South Korea completely ousted Transformers. Like, Tobot, Hello Carbot, uh, Metal Cardbot, they all ousted Transformers big time. And I don't know that they ever do that. Uh, like in terms of America. Like I think it'd just be too hard. I think a certain part of that is that those toys were also coming out in Korea. See you, Schizo. Like I think uh there's so many hearts. W for me not being able to finish a thought. Sorry, guys. My brain's a little fried, I guess. Yeah, it would be so much harder for them to oust Transformers because like I said, Hello Carbot, Tobot, and Metal Carbot were all like toys that are made by Korean manufacturers. I think Metal Cardbot is made by Chinese manufacturers. I could be wrong, but I think there's some inherent value being sold in Korea. These like Korean made shows, like maybe the parents of the kids were like, let's not get the Transformers. Let's get this thing that was made in Korea. I don't know if that's a thing, but maybe that factors in. I don't see Metal Cardbot really beating Transformers in the States. As much as I'd like them to compete seriously, I just don't see it happening. You know, I think the dub would have to go omega viral, essentially. And I don't think the dub will go omega viral. I do not see them ever doing a mask event in Fortnite. I have my own Transformers collection. It hurt so much to rewatch 1986 movie. Yeah. I think SS Night Optimus is pretty fun to transform. But yeah, a lot of modern Bayverse figures aren't super fun to transform. The new evasion mode prime looks pretty good to me. Didn't help that a lot of the Korean transforming robots came out in a down point in the Transformers brand, so a lot of market gaps. Yeah. Before Metal Cardbot, we had Tobot. I've given Tobot a chance. I just don't care for it. Like in terms of like the show. Like for me, I need like some media to really help me get into a toy. Like I can appreciate a toy at face value for sure, but if you give me like a character to latch onto, like you know, you end up with like my Metal Cardbot collection behind me where I have all these figures because I love all the characters so much. SSTLK Barricade is pretty fun. I have the one of my JP fans packages I'm getting is a bunch of the Last Night figures because I am covering the Last Night as my next like Transformers big Transformers video, I guess. Like I'm finishing up the Bayverse. I don't know if I'm gonna go to uh like Bumblebee movie and Rise of the Beast and Transformers 1. I don't know if I'm gonna like cover all those movies or if I'm going to like do one big video, because the issue is after TLK, even TLK, pretty much like the movie toys get super boring. Like it's like Bumblebee movie. Oh, that's just a studio series, and then the regular toys they put out were just like re-releases and like weird gimmick toys, and that's pretty much what it's been since those movies came out. I know there are like some what do you call them, mainline, like the mainline Rise of the Beast. I heard people honestly thought some of those were better than the studio series. It's like, what do I talk about in those movie videos, you know? Like, do I talk about the studio series? Because I traditionally don't really discuss studio series when it comes uh to the movie toy videos. Like I'm talking about the toy line for those movies. And I don't really consider the studio series to be a toy line for a particular movie. That's just like a toy line in of itself. The ROT Voyager class Sea Spray. So that Sea Spray isn't from ROTF, it's from the 2010 Transformers line, which was called like Hunt for the Decepticons, which it definitely takes cues from the movie designs for sure. Like I wouldn't argue that it's a movie Sea Spray design, but it's not like technically Revenge of the Fallen. I need to talk about that toy line at some point because it had some bangers. Watched the Tobot show a long while ago after season 3. After season 3 it's Tobot V Galaxy Detective, which is a different show, but then they go back to the which from my understanding the Korean fan base that had grown up with the show prior absolutely hated Galaxy Detective. Uh but after Galaxy Detective, they actually go back to that original continuity, and it's called Tobot Dato's Heroes. I hear that Metal Cardbot is getting a Japanese dub. It is true, yeah. Yep, that's true. Not big on the Cardbot show, possibly the dub's fault. The dub is bad. The dub is just, are you trying to give me diabetes? Like the dub is bad, bro. Watch the look up the fan subs for Metal Cardbot season 1 and 2. Um especially season 2 is where it really ramps up and gets really good. Season 1 is like fine. It's not my favorite, but season 2 and 3 are like god tier. Like especially compared to stuff like Transformers Earthspark and Cyberworld, like it's so much more engaging. Have I heard of Dino Core? I've heard of it. I talked about Dino Stir before. I don't think I've ever talked about Dino Core, but I've heard of it. What's up, Matt? We've just been talking about a bunch of random stuff. Talking about Metal Cardbot, Peter Cullen's passing. I get ROTF and Hunt for the Decepticons confused a lot. Yeah, I mean, Hunt for the Decepticons is essentially year 2 of Revenge of the Fallen. It's like essentially the all-spark power of that toy line, but it's like definitively not Revenge of the Fallen. I wish Hasbro repainted mainline Rise of the Beast Optimus. At BotCon, what was your favorite piece of art? I didn't see the art contest, unfortunately. Were you at the... Did I meet you at BotCon, Evan? Or did we miss each other? The dub is rancid. Yeah. Dino Core is good. I might check it out. It is really sad, Matt. What do you think of the Marvel Transformers comic books? I've not read enough of them to have a true opinion, but the stuff I have read has been good. I mean, if you want a like more mature G1 Transformers that was like actually from back in the day, like I think those comics are kind of where you find that. Love Human Alliance toys. They remind you of Mask. Yeah, I got a couple of those Mask reissue, not reissue, they're recreation toys at BotCon, and I'm gonna be honest, I have some mixed opinions on them. The Earth Spark show disappointed me. I love that Soundwave figure though. Yeah, I'm hoping that with JP fans I'll be able to get the Soundwave and Cosmos. I don't know though. You hate heavy iron during W. I just started collecting Transformers stuff again this week, and this happens, man. Uh, yeah, it's unfortunate, dude. Yes, I love meeting you and JCC so much, although you probably met a lot of people, so you might not. If you just slightly describe yourself, I might remember, but yeah, I do have a terrible memory. I didn't. Compared to TFCon, I really did not meet all that many people. I also was not on the dealer room floor a lot. Like I spent a lot of BotCon just hanging out with friends, like in hotel rooms or like at food places. I really like. I really wasn't out there on the floor all that much. I was also trying not to buy stuff. Like I bought a lot of stuff. Not gonna lie, I've been struggling all day. I've been off quiet. I don't know what to do. It sucks. Hey man. Hope you do better. Yeah, it's people take these things differently. You know. I guess the way I'm coping is like dude had a long, great life. He gave us so much incredible like art. You know, his voice acting is art as much as any piece of art. And like his voice is so incredibly iconic to a point where, you know, good impersonators are few and far between, and none of them can really nail his voice. I think the most recent piece of media to nail Peter Cullen's voice without Peter Cullen being involved was actually Skybound's Transformers. Um, like I feel like Daniel Warren Johnson, the writer, nailed his cadence and the way he would talk in writing form in a weird way. Like I read that whole book with his voice in my head. It was definitely unexpected. Yeah, so I hope you do better, Jordan. The way Cyberworld would be a way better toy line if they gave their figures elbows. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I really wish they had elbows. That would make them so much better to me. I spent most of BotCon meandering around the hotel and dealer room. Yeah. By the way, I mean speaking of conventions, I am actually going to be going to TFCon Orlando. Uh, this is I'm probably going to do a more official announcement on like my community posts, but this is kind of like a last minute thing. Isaac, who is Beanbag in chat, me and JCC looks like we're making a road trip down to Orlando for TFCon. So if you're gonna be there, I will also be there the whole weekend. It seems like so. Love to meet anyone. I'm going. Yeah, love to meet anyone that's going. Because someone, I cannot remember who said it. It might have been like Ron Bondujan or like um what the hell was I just saying, man? What was I saying? Please, someone help me. Awesome, dude. I don't think I'm going to Orlando. Damn, it'll be the first Transformers convention without Pleco Pleco. The community will never be the same. Yeah. Do you think Metal Cardbot will do a multiverse story? I don't think it's impossible. What do I think of Skybound Transformers? I was just saying I think it's incredible. Anyone know what I was saying? I actually have no clue. Please. I have no idea. My train of thought completely got lost. I mean, I'm going to TFCon Orlando. It's the main thing. Something about Ron. Oh yeah, thank you. Ron Bondujan or Bot's Obsession. They said something like BotCon is more for toy collecting and TFCon is more for fandom, and I totally agree. Like, at TFCon, I had people stopping me like a lot, like a surprising amount. Uh, you know, it was shocking me how much I was getting stopped, and I got stopped quite a few times at BotCon as well. But it definitely felt like an older crowd. Um, and I just feel like they weren't as tapped into like the community as much as they were like the toys themselves. What am I going to do with the Robos and Prime? I'm selling that, bro. I'm selling it to the first person that will buy it. I see that Blocky's B back there. Yeah, I'm excited to build him. It's pretty cool looking. I'm going to be reviewing all of these on my Toy Slop channel. I filmed like a box opening sort of thing. I'm most excited to open this, which is their Astral Rally, which is like they're like it's like Blocky's version of Gundam basically. It's like their own original series. Just watched Ron's video about Peter's passing and I nearly cried, not gonna lie. Yeah, I haven't watched it. I'm not watching any videos like that. Like, I'm sad enough myself. You know. Toy slot? No. Smart Jake. Delta, you think you got this guy? This guy thinks he's got all the lore. Smart Jake actually turned into Super Jake, which is now Star Guardian Central, my main second channel. I also have a third channel dedicated to toy reviews called Toy Slop Reviews. And finally, I have a podcast with the JCC 2224 called Retooled. And I'm sure we're going to be talking about Peter Cullen's passing on Retooled. We're recording tonight, so I don't know how much that is going to affect our regular episode. I got those blockies from the Bumblebee movie on the way right now. Do you think Hasbro will cancel 86 Sleep Mode Optimus? No, I've been saying this the whole stream. I don't think they're gonna cancel anything. I could see them pushing stuff back, maybe. But I've been saying this whole time, Peter Cullen, the guy, is not Optimus Prime. Like, I get it's like poor optics in a way. Like, so many people associate him with the character. Like, he is Peter Cullen is Optimus Prime to a lot of people, but the cartoon character that passed away in the movie 40 years ago and the real life person that passed away today or the other day or whenever, uh now with present day, they're two different things. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Peter Cullen would have wanted them to cancel it. Even that, I think, is a bit too presumptuous. We don't know what Peter Cullen thought about anything. You know, we don't know if he cared. We don't know if he didn't. Like, I don't think the public should decide what other people care about. I don't know. Now I know how 1986 kids felt. No, you don't, because that was a cartoon character and this is a real person. That's the thing I'm trying to explain. Like, we need to stop equating cartoon characters with real people, because a guy with a family and a lineage and probably children, actually died. And that was a cartoon character that unironically, was made of ink and paper. You know, I don't, like, not to scold anyone, but I know a lot of the fan base is also young and stuff like that. Like, um, I think such matters should just um yeah, not being 100% serious, but still upsetting. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just I've been seeing like weird stuff. People doing AI generated images and stuff. It's okay to be sad, and it's okay to be sad because he played a character you loved. Like, Peter Cullen affected a lot of people's lives. He affected my life. He affected probably everyone in this chat's life without ever meeting a lot of us. So, Peter Cullen does have a son who's a stunt actor. That's awesome. Yeah, children and grandchildren. He is like pretty old. That makes sense. He would have grandchildren. But yeah, I'm not trying to scold anyone here. I think most people know how to act, but I think he's so closely, you know, in the fandom especially, like, Peter Cullen and Optimus are almost like the same person to a lot of people. And I think some people are just acting weird because of it. And kind of forgetting, like, no, that's a real guy that passed away. You know, there's a big line between fiction and reality. Absolutely. The parasocial factor makes us confuse fact for fiction. Yeah. He apparently passed peacefully, which is important. Yeah, he had a great life. Celebration of life is as important as grieving it. I agree, Judd69. Toast Channel. Hey Jake, first time tuning in. Sad occasion, but glad to catch you live. Toast Channel. Are you the guy that emailed me? The 3D printing person? Hey Jake, do you think I should get some Optimus Prime figures for remembrance? I I don't, if you want, like, if that would make you happy, if that would make you uh feel joy, then of course you should do the things that spark joy. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Thought so. What's up, dude? A lot of G1's fans felt that Optimus Prime is their actual father, so that's probably why there's so much parasocial stuff. Oh my god, my voice! Yeah, sorry, I'm going through my second puberty actually. um, yeah, I've heard the Optimus Prime father thing for a long time. I personally never felt that, but like, uh, It's like a lot of kids growing up in the 80s were latchkey kids where they were just at home watching television by themselves. So I totally believe a lot of kids felt a father figure sort of sentiment towards Optimus, but I don't know. It's kind of like it's kind of like, come on. My best memory of him was him doing the voice to the family in front of me in line to get stuff signed. I was so starstruck I could barely say anything, but I did eke out a "you're awesome." Yeah, I think, dude, I was terrified meeting Alan Oppenheimer, who voiced Skeletor. This was back when I was in high school, like my senior year of high school. I went to Comic Con and met Alan Oppenheimer, and I got him to sign this photo of Skeletor, which was like a, like those old Roman pictures where Skeletor will be, or like the Romans will be like naked basically, and they'll be like, I don't know, it's like old Roman art or whatever. It was a Skeletor that was basically drawn like that. He was basically naked with like something covering his junk. And I got Alan Oppenheimer to sign it, and he was like, "This isn't porn, is it?" Like, or something. And I honestly, I have like there is a weird thing where when I feel very, very nervous, I start to smile uncontrollably. Like these muscles in my face like start doing the smiling motion, and I don't know why. I discovered I had like that nervous tick that day because I don't think I had ever been nervous meeting anyone before. And I wasn't like on the brink of tears because I was so scared when he said that. And I was like 18 years old, and I was like, no, it's like Roman, like, and he's like, all right. I forget what he signed. I still have it somewhere. It's in my closet. But that's when I learned, like, I don't think I should meet these people. I think there's something wrong with my face when I meet people like that. um, I really like how Bumblebee Movie Prime looks in the inner Magnus blue and white deco. I watched Imgo's vid, and he said he met him at a convention once, and he was super nice and shook Imgo's hand with both hands and genuinely loved the fandom and people. Yeah, I have no doubt that he loved the Transformers fandom. I never felt that way about any character. I grew up without a father. Yeah, similar here. Like I never really went to seek out uh, a Transformer, a father figure in cartoons or whatever. I never really got that. But I cried a lot when I found out Peter died. Yeah. He didn't say it in the Skeletor voice. No, he's old as shit. Hey, what's up, Comet and Cam? Hey, Jake, popping in to say hello. Nice to see you streaming. Thanks, bro. I had no idea Peter voiced Hulk, Mysterio, and Red Skull. Yeah. I mean, all those guys in the 80s were voicing so many people. Even Peter Cullen was voicing two characters in Transformers itself. My first profile picture when I changed my name on my channel was Jinx and Optimus Prime combination. Nice. I met my favorite singer thrice, and God, that was a harrowing experience. I always felt like I'm being a clown. Yeah, even like anyone that is like an artist that has made something I love, I have trouble talking to them. I think because I've met bands where I also kind of get that nervous, twitchy thing in my face. Second best memory was TFCon LA 2024 when I was at the panel and saw in person the dynamic between him and Frank Welker. Oh man, that's awesome. Dude, definitely when I go to TFCon Orlando, I am definitely gonna try and see uh uh some panels with voice actors, no matter where they're from. I didn't go to any panels at BotCon really because I felt like the panels were kind of mid. I mean, they had some goats, don't get me wrong, but I feel like in terms of the voice actor department compared to TFCon Chicago last year, like I feel like they didn't nearly have as many voice actors or variety for them. So Frank Welker did air conditioning noises on stage. Yeah, Peter Cullen did a bunch of ads for Toonami. Wish RID mod was better. Are you talking about the moderator? Rip to the legend. Big time. Yep, I think the whole fandom is mourning right now. It's really, really sad. Oh god. Rain Rain, what did you clip? Hold on. What did you clip, Rain? The apology tour stuff on Okay, got a crazy email. There was an apology tour. Yeah, I still don't know what that email was about. You heard the news so early that the Wikipedia wasn't updated? Damn. Sometimes you just get a weird email, man. Sometimes it happens. Having a public email, I usually 99% of my emails I get are spam. Like mostly spam. You met Charles Martinet at too many games. Super self conscious, didn't want to look stupid in front of the guy who voiced Mario. Thankfully, it went okay. Yeah, I think 99% of interactions are fine if you just act normal. It's just sometimes it's like you love someone's character so much, or like, you've heard their voice so much as the character, like it's almost hard to get the words out to talk to them. I woke up at 10 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep, so I just checked the news just minutes after the news broke. Yeah, I'm sure that didn't help sleeping. Yeah, you felt a disturbance in the force. I got so many emails from Eternal Wars. Glad I went with my gut and said no to that. Well, not everyone. Okay, let me make a statement on the Eternal Wars thing because I did do a sponsored ad segment for them recently. Several people in the community had already asked them, "Are you guys using AI?" And they were told no. I know Diaclona asked, and I've heard that that toy guy also asked them, and they were told no. Um, and I mean, I didn't ask them personally because I had heard that, so I was like, okay, I'm sure they'll say the same thing to me. And the thing about the Earth War stuff is, I believe all of the AI BS that's happening with that is the advertising. So what these mobile games do is they will pass over the advertising to a separate company to do it for them, and these advertising companies for my dog man the these advertising companies for mobile games will just do AI slop, like no matter what it is. And I think that's what we're seeing is a marketing agency doing all this crappy AI. Like one of those AI things, the Bruticus one, I'm pretty sure was straight up stolen from an artist, like with a ugly ass filter over it. Like, yeah, not good. Not good. I'm not gonna defend the AI stuff in any capacity. I don't know if the game itself will have AI assets. Um, but I don't blame anyone for not wanting to play it or not wanting to support it. Because, yeah, it's disgusting. Transformers fans don't want AI shit. We're good on it. Real talk, do you like Transformers Eternals War game? I never got to freaking play it, man. I mean, I not seeing gameplay. I gotta say, I'm not too interested. Um, to be honest, did I see the Blockies advent calendar? I've seen it. Yeah. Yeah, I've never played it. Don't know. Maybe it'll be good, but I'm probably not gonna talk about it on the channel, and I don't think I'll be accepting any more advertisement offers because I mean I don't like AI generated shit. And I feel like these mobile game companies are like so haphazard with how they do stuff, like it's not worth it to risk my own personal like name and stuff for a company that's going to use AI. It's not your fault either. You couldn't have known. Yeah, I don't. I'm not really like. Again, I did the ad before they like really started pumping out these AI advertisements. You know, this hits hard. I remember in 2018, Peter asked Travis Knight at SDCC, "What does it take for Optimus Prime to get his own solo movie?" Yeah. Who's your favorite character introduced from '86? I mean, Unicron, Rodimus, Galvatron are all like insanely classic characters. Hard to beat. Who doesn't skip the ad segment? I don't know. No comment on that from myself. Glad you got some extra money. Yeah, it was a nice. It wasn't like a crazy amount of money. I've gotten paid more for different advertisements, but it was a good chunk of change. But yeah, that's kind of annoying. I wish they had not used AI because, I would advertise the game even if I don't like it. Like, I don't think an advertisement has to be like a cosign of yeah, I play this game. I think it can just be what it is. I wish we got that Solo movie so much. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the Bayverse films felt like they were Optimus Prime Solo movies. How am I taking Peter Cullen's death? I'm alright. I'm not really the type to shed a tear over someone I've never met. You know, I can appreciate them big time, but it didn't really like ruin my day. It was just like, damn, that sucks. You know, I think it also takes me time to like start feeling something. Like my grandfather passed away years and years ago at this point, but I only really cried and were like really felt the fact that he was gone like a year later, which was kind of weird. Like he was the first person in my life probably that like I was really close to and then passed away. So that was kind of my first time grappling with that. There's a lot of other factors, like a lot of personal factors that I'm never gonna talk about with you guys, but yeah, it's weird. The game looked promising before they decided to do slop advertising. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know how much I can shit talk, to be honest, but I don't know how good it looked. It didn't look like a mobile game for me personally. I like how 95% of the ads for Eternal War show zero gameplay. Yeah. Yeah, I would have played it too. Like if they had given me like a passcode or something to play the game early, I would have played the game early. Like I would have played it and given like more real opinions. Even if I didn't love it, like I would have probably said some stuff I did personally like about it. All mobile games featuring a collection of heroes are a trap. Yeah, maybe. Give me 1 second. I gotta run to the restroom real quick. Am I planning to visit Japan anytime soon? Could be a content mine. Plus, would love to see a Transformers of Akihabara from your POV. I'd like to go to Japan for sure. I don't know anytime soon. So I did ask. There was at one point when all that JP fans drama was going on that I was in contact with the manager, like one of the managers at JP fans, and I was just asking him shit just to see like what he would say. And I was like, "Any have you ever thought about bringing over influencers to like tour the factory in Japan?" And he was like "Yes, actually, we're actually trying to reorganize the warehouse uh for future tours or something like that, or we want to do it sometime next year." So I maybe if I do, it'll be like a JP fan sponsored trip sort of thing. But otherwise, it'd be a few years. Me and my friends talk about it a lot. I have a friend that's been to Japan like twice. I want to say at least once. He picked me up a Super Sentai thing while he was there. And he wants to go back, and I have another friend that wants to go. So I think at some point I'm definitely gonna, but I got a dog, and it's just hard to do a big trip like that when you have responsibilities at home. Horses. Oh, quick post ponies. That's the thing. I've never seen a single gameplay footage. Yeah, it would be really cool. I don't know how realistic it is that that is going to happen, but it would be pretty cool. We just talking about horses in chat, I guess. Okay, y'all. Um, I gotta go because I don't want to be talking too long. I do gotta do a podcast tonight, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Thanks for hanging out. Obviously, the passing of Peter Cullen is really, really sad, but you know, I'm glad he was here in the first place. And like I said on the community post, he meant a lot to all of us. So, mourn how you want to mourn, celebrate his life. I think that's the best way to remember somebody is celebrating them. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hopefully, with a less sad topic of discussion. But let me know if you want me to do more streams like this, and I definitely will.